Hello, everyone. I'm Jamie Price. Welcome to the May Energies. I hope you're doing well during these intense and powerful times of change that it's offering a lot of opportunity for growth and challenges for so many. I want to dive right into the May energies because they are certainly building on the energies throughout the year, as usual, so that we are strengthening to be able to follow the heart. May energies are exercising trust. And Ariane, the Lyran Council of Time that I channel, was very specific about exercising trust. This is an action. So we're going to talk about trust and its impact on your energy field, as well as using it, exercising it to support your ascension. And by the way, for those of you that have the Cosmic Consciousness Ascension deck, there is a trust card in the Sirian suit. So you may want to pull that card out and allow that light language to help you release and activate and understand trust more specifically in your experience. I'm going to do a special video for this topic, so look for that soon. First, let's talk about the mental and emotional action of trust. And I've said that in general, the first half of the year will be a little more mentally focused, though you can't truly separate emotion from that. It's impossible. But the mental aspects of trust are observing, discerning, and then choosing. And choosing is where your inner meets the outer. So first, let's talk about observing. You want to observe your internal clues with detachment. What are your signals of positive and negative? You definitely have them. Like, does your throat tighten when something's just not right? Or do you maybe get an exhilaration in your heart when something's positive? You want to learn your internal clues of what you're observing so that you understand and utilize your intuitive language, how life is communicating to you, how your higher self is communicating to you, giving you those signals so that you can navigate your path. This enhances your clarity, which was monthly energy recently. So that's what your clear senses are for, that you have clearer, fuller information. Subtle information is subtle. And this biomechanism is divinely intelligent to require the strength of trusting yourself, trusting life, and even trusting others in healthy ways. That strength is required for your genuine evolution, not just superficial changes. A trusting person does not just let others walk all over them because of blind trust. They discern and then they make choice from that discernment. Just like a creative person doesn't forego taking any actions because they trust life. You exercise trust in the physical realm, this experience of linear time and separation. This is the realm of conditions, and you can't control the conditions that are around you, but you are the sovereign of your inner realm. Do you trust yourself enough to honor your inner realm, your sacred space? That's what the previous month of Hallowed Ground was all about, really honoring that sacred space so that more of your divinity can anchor here. And this observing is the mental exercise of trust. And as Ariane says, you never just observe life. That external information is received by you. So it's now part of your internal realm. And then what do you do with that? Your next action is discerning. And that ing indicates continual action, exercising. So you're continually observing, then using that beautiful mechanism of the mind to categorize, analyze, define, and then connect dots. And we're going to return to connecting dots later. Ariane really had an interesting take on hallowed ground in last month's channeling. So you're moving through that process of observing information, then mixing it with your energy and discerning or defining it. Then you move into that next aspect of trust, which is choosing. And choosing is an internal action first before it ever becomes an external action. And as you choose, you're shifting your internal energetic structure. And that process of shifting internally is important. You're creating that new you because your choices will soon be called into external action in order to create in the physical realm. I had an experience once of deliberating about a choice, and my guide said clearly, make a choice or one will be made for you. And this isn't some kind of punishment like choose or else. It's just a neutral fact. Either we utilize our creative power, even though we don't control life, or we don't utilize our creative power. And then life creates, and then we react rather than actively creating. And this is why exercising trust is so important. You're nurturing your inner realm to build your new structure, your new energetic structure with the strength and empowerment of trust. Building your energetic structure with a greater flow of trust is what allows you to navigate life. You're observing, discerning, and then choosing with greater ease. And trust uses your full senses, your physical and your intuitive senses. It uses your logic and your emotional inspiration, your desires. And this is where your light work becomes obvious and your trust becomes important. Because as you work with light, you are illuminating, activating new information into this realm. You are the loom, the illuminator, weaving new information into the fabric of this earth experience. And you do this by embodying it, anchoring it here as part of the human potential. And that potential is nurtured and embodied in your inner realm, your sacred space. Do you trust yourself enough to honor your sacred space, even though that potential that you're holding has not yet manifested and it may not match what's going on around you? To hold sacred and strong new potentials for the human experience. Life trusts you with that capability. Do you? And these times especially are calling us to nurture positive potentials from challenge. Trust is a powerful flow because it helps you navigate action without the fear of choosing wrong, because you trust your capability to continue to exercise your observing, discerning, and choosing based on the moment. And when choosing is saturated with fear, the energy field contracts. It's not open to new information. It's not able to expand into the potentials. And this can be soothed with trusting yourself, trusting others, and especially trusting life with healthy observing, discerning, and choosing first within. And then you nurture that inner choice until the next step of external action that's inspired from the heart and the mind uniting, the desire and the details. That helps you build your empowered structure of trust within. So I recommend that you spend some quiet time this month doing the exercise of repeating, I am safe to trust myself. I am safe to trust myself. Ariane suggested I am safe because that helps build a stronger energetic foundation within you. You want to enhance trusting yourself so that trusting others and trusting life is clearer. So feel into your intuitive language that shows you that you do trust yourself because it feels good. It inspires your imagination. And you also want to feel into any information that shows you that you don't trust yourself, by that maybe feeling negative, which means you're in a state of actually releasing lack of trust. Look for life supporting you to trust yourself more, sometimes by putting others around you that do or maybe even don't trust you, so that you can learn to discern how to trust yourself more. You were born trustworthy because you're life. Exercise that trust and strengthen it. Your empowerment is a mutually beneficial state for the flow of all life. You were born trustworthy. I will be doing a Lyran Perspective teleclass this month. Ariane's channeling last month, which was about hallowed ground, was an interesting one. They were focusing on a fluid and strong energetic field that isn't disrupted by separation, meaning there's an easy flow within. There isn't that separation that's created by trauma or fear. And this is how we anchor more of our divinity or our connective nature, that vast subtlety that builds this world. And I was feeling this strongly affecting how the old brain and the new brain interact. And it reminded me of the January energies of connection. We're connecting dots, both inside of ourselves and connecting dots in the external, so that the subtle aspect of self, which is not limited by space-time, becomes more attuned to our human conscious aspect, especially activating the frontal lobe. I will be doing a monthly energies teleclass where we will focus on trusting the self, how to discern when to trust others, and especially trusting life, even in challenging circumstances. Of course, I'll use crystalline soul healing and light language to help you release and activate to build your energetic structure to have a stronger flow of trust in healthy ways. And as of now, I am teaching crystalline soul healing here in Sedona in July. Of course, if that changes due to the COVID situation, we'll adjust. But if you are interested in learning this powerful energy healing modality, it's based on a Lyran methodology, you can find out more about that on the website. Now, let's talk about the light language. This transmission had a lot going on in the head. There was also some clearing and activation happening in the third chakra and the heart. And I could sense an empowerment or strength growing in the heart. There was also a building of layers of understanding, moving into trust step by step. And these layers build connections so that we start to approach trust from the inherent connection that it is. And as that connection builds step by step, you're integrating wisdom from observing, discerning, and choosing, allowing us to interact with more awareness, even when not everyone is trustable. And most importantly, trusting yourself and trusting the flow of life. learning your intuitive language and reading the clues of life communicating with you, because that is constant. You've always been trustworthy to life. Leave a comment below about an area that you'd like to strengthen your trust in yourself. When this trust is stronger, life can flow the opportunities to you that show you how capable you are. I hope you have a safe and powerful May and enjoy the light language.
Sharat sanat ukrarat aerut amhim. Bram janet saratet irut gnor hat eder shell ilem surjan nor mektarat e sutchurut gdom. Hormdar atak jairat sad elel im sharat sektiarat randat in stod ksak naruk nerut koa ikam chatset in hem. Orm sashtair nutsur etcheret il ilium okrot en hikieret door sashtaeret sam mementekt ne arto okwa. Orm bat sarastor etseret chad ektieret no oam. Grand dair stal orm zektieret nihi ir to kore I standet sur. Horm katsur shan sot adet I kro hamab erut grar el churek set no kor hembaka shanduk so adet him kwa nja taret. Horm darot glal erstan et sienen churek me ortane irda grima sun charak tairot o kwarma daurotana et so stamma mam ktairot gdastal Sukwa shama tsukuratini I chun sorachand knairuma here tsare el ilum charknema orat jan sorat glel nam sur it hando rekdairut nam ka ansud to dash darat sanam bacharat iklal mnenda kdair o kwa atsutsum Chanot oktair mahat il alam jarakned rund an ktir het erusu shum sarmaktart nahat sair stam. Kohratan etsu an shirktail ema oremda se kwa.